Greetings again. This is part two, continuing on where I left off. I had to go and take care of some things. Okay, basically, I'm just trying to lay the foundation of the research that I found about. Let me turn this music off. Okay, basically trying to put together the different puzzle pieces that I did find. It's best explained in the videos that I put together, and I have many videos, and I implore you to go to my channel on Facebook, basically just my profile page, because I haven't made another page. But scroll through my videos, or just click the tab for the videos, and you will see I have tons of information, excuse me, containing the Nephilim, the giants, Anunnaki, and Tartaria. All of the different videos and footage of inventions, the different massive fires that they've set on purpose. And my question is, why did they set all these fires and destroy all these perfect cities? Just like, for example, they used to have fairs in the early 1900s and the late 1800s. So whether they would, at these fairs, show extraordinary technology, inventions, and all the advancements of the future. Just like what they do in com something, where they have the different conferences and meetings about the new technology and the things at Comic-Con and all these different things that they introduce. But this is way far advanced and wasn't controlled by the United States or the secret societies. So obviously these secret societies are the ones that destroyed and reset and created these disasters. Yes, disasters were created. And as we can see, all of the information has been hidden. None of the mud floods was in the history books. None of the resets was in the history books. None of the destruction of these fairs or these burning of these cities are in the history books. And it's really sinister to see that we go idly by like sheep and to the slaughter, and they just continue to treat us so bad. And it's not right, because many people are great, wonderful people naturally, and normally people are naturally good. We're not bad people. We're not bad. It's our environment, it's our leaders, the governments that rule us, that turns the society the way that they are, either through manipulation, suffering, propaganda, brainwash, wicked rituals and sigils, and it's all manner of esoteric hidden meanings and ways that they treat us to have us to go the way that we go in chaos. And this subject of Tartaria, I can present pictures and videos, but I have the channels and the profiles and the videos already, so I don't want to continue to repeat and show the same things. And like I said, I implore you to go there. And I'm not getting paid, and it's not about monetization with me anymore, because they only want silly people. They only want somebody that's in the gay community. And that's a whole nother subject that I would love to talk about. That's not about this particular title, but I would like to do a live in my way to give my opinion and my thoughts of the LGBTQ community or whatever they are, because it's so much strife, hate, and misunderstanding going on today, to where that they do not know the core or the foundation of where homosexuality comes from. And I have to touch on this, I'm sorry, but it's so important. Uh, they don't realize that if you research 1973 and the LGBTQ community versus the ADA, or the psychological um, um, association that runs psychology, you would see that they sued them to take homosexuality out of the book of psychological disorders. And in 1972 and before that, it was always in there as a psychological disorder. Not to put anybody down, I don't mean any disrespect, but if it's a disorder, we're supposed to treat them special. We are supposed to treat them the same way we would treat a child that is paraplegic, or someone that has a handicap, meaning that you don't bash them. You have a higher degree of understanding and care for them. For example, when they showed the video, I'm pretty sure many have seen, where the cerebral palsy or handicapped young man that was wrestling, of course, he could not move right, but the contestant that was with him allowed him to win. That's just how delicate and special we're supposed to handle this situation of homosexuality. What they have done with the government playing both sides of the coin of the situation of the people, they've caused strife and war. And the people that are homophobic, as they say, they're dead wrong, because they have no idea the pain that they have caused. You don't go beating on a handicapped child or a person. You understand them. We have laws to protect them. That's why they have laws. I agree with that. They should have laws to protect them from these monsters, because that's very monstrous to not know that this person is suffering a psychological disorder and then turn around and beat them and treat them bad, throw all of your anger and hate of what you think you know about them on them. That's wrong. And I am one. I am not gay. I don't advocate it. But to each his own, and every man to his works. You know, we can't judge anyone. And not only that, Satan, he is trying to connect himself, or shall I say, has connected himself with the homosexual community, because he's taking it to another level. See, people, like I say, people do not know the length and the depth of homosexuality. I bet you don't even know that it spans from masculine and heterosexual all the way to effeminate. Because those who claim to be so macho, a lot of them are gay. All the way to those that are effeminate. So you can't say that just because you got big muscles and you talk all that manly stuff and hang around a bunch of men, that you can't be gay. Because we can find many and many that have been on the down low, that have been busted, that have been caught slipping with somebody that is effeminate. So they have a lot to understand. And I think I truly do, because I've always took the time to think about what I say before I say it. And I've been ill-treated and treated bad myself growing up, due to peer pressure and poverty-strickenness and not having the clothes and the hairstyles and the things that the kids had, peer pressure. And kids don't know no better. They only know what their mamas and daddies have taught them, or how their inadvertent behavior has taught them. See, you can teach your children by your behavior, not even know that you have taught them to be stupid or to think that they're better than somebody else. They see it from you, so you can't blame the children for what you have taught them. That's why we have so many people, generation after generation, that are in the wrong behavior. But sorry to get off topic. I just wanted to try to clarify a little bit about how delicate homosexuality really is. It's not some thing that you can just protest with a sign and say that you winning and they losing, or they losing and you winning, and we're going to keep on going back and forth, back and forth. No. Leave it alone. Leave these people alone. Let them live the lives that they love. That's like this video that is, and it's really a shame how the social media platforms are so evil that they would support evil and the wrong violent videos. For example, the Hebrew Israelites who are so confused, they don't know who they are. You ain't know Hebrews. You don't even know what a Hebrew is. It comes from the word Hebrew. And if you knew anything about the Hebrew and your skin color, you would know that you ain't no Hebrew or no Hebrew. Do some more research before you start claiming to be something that you could never be. And what you really are, you ain't never lived up to. But this video that's been going viral is about one of them Hebrew Israelites yelling out, saying, "Man, look at this dude over here, looking like a girl." Well, he was gay and he was dressed the same way his girlfriends was dressed. And for him to call him out like that, and his first reaction when they zoomed in the camera on his face, I just dropped my head. I felt so sorry for him, because the world has no compassion today. Everybody is just laughing along, getting something to have entertainment for, because that's all that social media is entertainment today. No one is really taking it serious. And if you do take it serious, they're going to cut your video. So what did that say? That says that the premise of these social media platforms is confusion. Just to confuse you. They don't really want to teach you, because George Carlin said that years ago in this comedy, before he died, that what they want is foolish people. Critical thinkers is not what they want. But back to the subject at hand. The Anunnaki, from heaven to earth they came, is what Anunnaki means. And in Sumeria, the cuneiform tablets, which is also connected to Egypt, there's so much hidden information that they have deciphered. The Zachariah Sitchin, I advise you to go through him and study some of the things that he was famous for. Of course, they said he was a kook. Everybody they said was a kook. Look at what's going on today. We're starting to see the things that they said come to pass. It's like David Icke, and said he was a kook. Here's a man that left a successful journalistic background and profession to pursue the truth. Well, they laughed at him. I'll never forget the video he was on where he laughed at him and made mockery of him. But he let us see about the reptilians. Look at today. You see videos everywhere where there are people that are actually reptiles. They're revealing who they really are. And this is something also we have to be careful of, that the opposition or the evil has got so clever. They've gotten so clever that they have become the opposition. They've become one of us, those who are critical thinkers, and act like they are us. For example, the woman on the video, I bet y'all was fooled too, that was on the plane that said, "I'm you, I'm with you." thing, but that motherfucker back there is not real. But she had 2 fingers up and 2 fingers down. That is the Baphomet symbolism. As above, so below. Those who know about that occult crap is the ones that's running this crap. The social media platforms, everything. The Fortune 500 companies, all of the alphabet boys, shall I say, the IMF, the FDA, the CDC, the FBI, the CIA. Why does there be 3? They're amazed with obsessed with that 3, ain't they? 33 degrees, you know what I mean, to be a good Mason before you learn what's really going on or the secret. I'm not going to be one that acts like I don't know, because I've been in this world a very long time. I don't count, but I have been here a long time. And the many years that I've been here, I wasn't always this way. I was dumb, I was blind, and I was deaf. But now that my eyes have been opened, my ears have been clear to where I hear, and my tongue is, and the knot is taken away, I can speak clearly and straight and without fear. Excuse me, having the backbone as well, which is 33. Oh, so much I can tell you. That is off this topic of Anunnaki and somewhat connected. I just have so much to say that it's time for me to start saying it. That's why I'm making these live chats or live videos that, of course, they're not going to have people in them until it's done. I've been 16, almost 17 minutes in, and nothing. So that proves to me that it's not about the critical thinking and the truth being spread. It's about people looking at how many people in there. No, I've been through that before. Several times I've had channels and had a following. I had like thousands of subscribers. But when it came time for me to put videos up or to have premieres on my videos with a chat available, there never was anyone to say anything. But check out the garbage that you see today. Check out the twerking. Check out the arguments, the fights, the violence, the folly. Because remember, broad is the road that leads to destruction, and narrow is the gate that leads to salvation and eternal life. So I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Jew, none of those religious titles. I've studied them, I've practiced them, but I never was one that would leave out the questions or quench or put out the fire that wants to know. And until I get these answers, I am that I am. Now, the Anunnaki, a little more about them. They are connected with us because Enki and Enlil, the stories of the Bible, the stories of Gilgamesh, the parallels are infinite with who they're talking about. And by the way, the Anunnaki was around thousands of years before the Bible was even written. People don't know that the Bible is a compilation of different books, stories, allegories, myths that they put together. Who are the canonical people? The canon. Who were the ones to decide to put these books together and refuse certain other books? It is so outrageous and disrespectful of how they done the true words of our ancestors, of our great teachers, the divine, our gods and goddesses. It's terrible what they've done, and they have evidence everywhere. For example, the giants. Do you know that the trees that were giant trees, look in the book of Amos, you would see that the giant trees was ordered by the Almighty to be cut down. And there would be remnants, right? There would be remnants if we had giant trees. They tell you all the time in their stories. Remember the fables in school? Jack and the Beanstalk? Wasn't that a giant tree that led all the way up to heaven? And what was up there? A giant. Giants. Paul Bunyan, what was his job? What was he doing? He was a giant that was cutting down trees. I don't think he was cutting down little trees. If he was a giant with a giant axe, he was cutting down giant trees. Now, to connect the dots of that, and then, also don't forget about Avatar, that giant tree. Now, look at the giant trees and look at a tree when you cut it. It leaves a stump. The mountains that we have today are tree stumps. Giant, megalithic, titanic tree stumps that reached the heavens. Why I want to do it now? Because it was ordered to cut them all down. Because the story of the fallen ones, or the fallen angels, which is connected to the Anunnaki story, got kicked out of heaven and came down here. And their story is that they had sex with the women, found them fair. That's why the Muslims and anybody over in their land cover up their hair. The women are covered because they found their hair so beautiful that they got attracted to them and they start having sex with them. And they produce what they call the Nephilim. And these were giants. And they devoured. Look at the book of Genesis, chapter 6. It'll tell you all about the Nephilim and the giants, how they came about and the being and the reason why they had to be destroyed. They was eating up everything. They were devouring everything. And it also connects the dots with all these megaliths, the pyramids. We can't build them, but they did. Look at all the Pumapunka, the different H structures, the stone rock that has a building inside of it. Oh man, I can go on and on with the different creations that were done by them. Look at the giant gates, the giant doors, the Great Wall of China. The doorways are so giant. This latch is way up there, 30 feet tall. That still exists to this day. That's just to scratch the surface of the hidden in plain sight. It's right here. Do a little research. And I think you better do it quick too, because they're destroying a lot of information. Well, at least they're trying. Because as long as we, the people, exist outside of the 1%, we're 99%. Come on, man. All it takes for us to unite and just get out of the way. And that capstone is going to fall. They know it. That's why they got to keep us under control with their magicians. Just like in the days of Egypt, of course, they try to make Egypt so bad. I'm here to tell you, Egypt is all that. Egypt is not the problem. They're the problem here today. These reptilians, these draconians, these demons, these shapeshifters, the government that controls us, which means the rule of man, the presidency, no matter who we get in there, it's still going to be ran by the same outside entity. Trump, he's a hope, but real men don't live on no hope. We can't hope that we get paid. We have to go to work. See, we can't hope that something is going to happen. We have to make it happen. See, we don't live on no hope. Men are different. Well, real men are, because today the men are not men. And of course, they blame everything on a woman. No, you have to blame yourself, man. The woman is only going to do what you want. Don't you know that by now? That's also another subject in live that I can do about the relationship between men and women. They got women all messed up. She is you, okay? She's the best part of you. Even in the story of Adam and Eve, although it's their story, it's a beautiful story of the rib, being taken from us to create her, so that we are connected. But it goes deeper, and I think that we owe more respect to ourselves in order to change them or to get what we want out of them, because you're not going to change no woman and make no woman what you want her to be by force. You have to show her that love, that respect, that honor, that faithfulness, because many people they on that polygamy crap now. I understand the polytheistic and monotheistic beliefs. I understand one God and many gods. I understand that. And one man and woman, or many men and women, all these wives and all that. No. It creates confusion. Maybe back then it was good, but today we're not on that level. Doggone well, man don't have no respect enough to have two women. Then the woman ain't gonna have that same respect either to have two men without strife in between, because it all boils down to respect. What you want for yourself. If you don't want to be cheated on and you feel some kind of way about your man or woman being with somebody else, that'll let you know right there something ain't right. Now, if you're so natural with it to where, oh yeah, they can be together, I know that they're going together, you're on a whole nother level, because society as a whole is not on that level. You got shows like Cheetah that had 100 seasons. Come on now. If it was good, it would not be so much bad. Again, I'm off topic. I talk so much. I have so many things to say. But we touched on the Anunnaki, the giants, and Tartaria. I don't want to make this real long, but I just basically want to get you guys into doing your own research on what's really going on, because if you think that something is wrong, you're right. There's something wrong, very wrong. But they're never going to tell you. They're going to tell you, keep on living your life the way you living it, being a fool. Don't question anything. Don't rock the boat. Since you got money and your life is right, don't mess it up. That's when it's going to be messed up, because you're going to walk blindly into a bottomless pit or off of a cliff or off of a waterfall, because you ain't looking ahead. You're not thinking and listening to the people that's telling you critical thinking. Warnings are everywhere, but it's confusion everywhere. Because it's like what I'm doing right here. You got people on their phones and their platforms and technology way more advanced than my grainy video. And they ain't talking about nothing. Not teaching you nothing. They found out a little bit about a little history, a little secret or something that they just found, but it confuses you because you don't know what's really going on they don't give you no time period. They don't give you the parallels. They don't give you the history. They don't give you no proof. What I'm saying right now is coming straight from my head and from my heart and the knowledge that I've acquired. But I do have proof Like I said, go to my page on Facebook, Donnie Williams, and subscribe or follow me or whatever, and you will see in my video tab all of the things I just talked about. Well, not all of them, because some of the things I was off topic. But thank you for listening, for those who do watch this, and I will be back for more. And may the Almighty bless you with longevity and prosperity. Peace.